Your senses help you experience the world, but did you know they can also deceive you? Our brains interpret reality in ways that can lead to strange illusions, unexpected reactions, and sensory tricks. These fascinating glitches in perception reveal how our minds shape our reality, often without us even noticing. Get ready for 10 mind-blowing facts about how your senses trick you. Fact 1. Your eyes have blind spots. Most people don't realize that their eyes have blind spots where the optic nerve connects to the retina. Your brain fills in the missing information automatically, making you unaware of this gap. But in certain conditions, objects can completely disappear from your vision without you even noticing. In an experiment, scientists placed a dot within the blind spot of participants, and their brains simply removed it, replacing it with the surrounding background. This proves that what we see is not always the full picture. Our brain is constantly making guesses to complete the world around us. Fact 2. Your brain inverts what you see. Your eyes actually capture images upside down, and your brain flips them so you see things correctly. In experiments where people wore glasses that inverted their vision, their brains adapted within days to perceive the world as normal again. This process, known as neural adaptation, shows just how flexible and powerful our brain's perception system is. Even more surprisingly, some people who suffer from brain injuries can temporarily lose this function, seeing the world upside down until their brain readjusts. Fact 3. Smell can change the taste of food. Your sense of taste is deeply connected to your sense of smell. That's why food tastes bland when you have a cold. Studies show that simply changing the smell of food can trick you into thinking it tastes different, even when the actual ingredients stay the same. In one experiment, participants were given identical drinks with different scents, and they reported tasting completely different flavors, proving that smell is one of the most dominant influences on our perception of taste. Fact 4. Your brain fills in missing sounds. If you hear part of a word or a sentence missing due to noise, your brain can automatically fill in the gaps so that you still understand the message. This effect, known as phonemic restoration, shows how your brain constructs reality based on incomplete information. If you've ever had a conversation in a noisy room where some words were drowned out, but you still understood the meaning, that's your brain working overtime to predict and complete what you heard. This also explains why song lyrics often sound different depending on what your brain expects to hear. Fact 5. Colors look different depending on the context. The same color can appear completely different depending on the lighting and surrounding colors. Optical illusions like the dress, where some people saw blue and black while others saw white and gold, prove how easily our brains can be fooled by contrast and light conditions. Artists and designers use this trick to create visual effects that change the way we perceive colors. A red square on a blue background can look completely different from the same red square on a yellow background. This effect, known as color constancy, helps our brain adjust to different lighting conditions in the real world. Fact 6. Your skin can hear sounds. Believe it or not, your skin can detect subtle sound vibrations. Research shows that even in a quiet environment, people can hear faint sounds through their sense of touch. This is why deep bass in music can be felt just as much as heard. In studies, people who were exposed to certain sound vibrations through their skin could recognize speech even without hearing the actual words. This suggests that our body processes sound in more ways than we realize, blending different senses together. Fact 7. You can hallucinate without drugs. Sensory deprivation, stress, or even staring at a single point for too long can cause your brain to create hallucinations. This happens because your mind is always trying to predict what's around you, and when it lacks sensory input, it starts generating its own images and sounds. Some people report seeing colors, flashing lights, or even faces when placed in complete darkness for long periods. The famous Ganzfeld experiment, where participants wore goggles that blocked all light, resulted in many experiencing hallucinations, proving how much our senses rely on external stimulation to function properly. Fact 8. Your sense of balance relies on your eyes and ears. Your ability to stand upright isn't just about your inner ear, it also depends on your vision. That's why closing your eyes while balancing on one foot makes it much harder. Astronauts in space often struggle with balance because the lack of gravity confuses their senses. When vision and balance signals conflict, you experience dizziness, which is why spinning around too fast makes you feel lightheaded. This connection between vision and balance is also why looking at the horizon helps stabilize you when on a moving boat. Fact 9. Your fingers can misjudge objects. The way you perceive textures and shapes isn't always accurate. If you cross your fingers and touch a small object, your brain might think there are two objects instead of one. This illusion, known as Aristotle's illusion, proves that even your sense of touch can be fooled. Another experiment showed that by wearing gloves with reversed sensory inputs, people could no longer tell whether an object was hot or cold, showing how much we rely on the brain's processing rather than just touch alone. Fact 10. Memory affects your perception of time. When you experience something new, your brain processes more details, making time feel slower. That's why childhood memories seem to last longer than recent ones. This phenomenon, called time dilation, explains why time flies when you're having fun and drags when you're bored. In high adrenaline situations such as car accidents, people often report that time seemed to slow down because their brain was taking in more information than usual. Scientists believe this is an evolutionary survival trait, helping us react better in life-threatening situations. Your senses are powerful, but they're not always reliable. Which of these sensory tricks surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating discoveries. And hit the notification bell.